Welcome everybody, my name is Michael or Kubera, and today we're discussing about a few things in relation to cryptocurrency, but the main video will be what I will do during the bear market, whether that is next year, whether that's in 6 months, or whether that's 2 years from now. I don't care. You have to be prepared, even if everyone's saying, oh, well, this might be different. This time it's different. Trust me. The institutional investors are getting on board. We are going to hit a lucky strike. We're getting to $1 million Bitcoin, and we're going to get to a $50 trillion market cap for all cryptocurrencies and blah, blah, blah. Listen, institutional investors, they are part of Wall Street companies. They're publicly traded companies. Usually the CEO, even if he's pro Bitcoin, it's not his company, except Michael Saylor. That's a different story where most of his company is owned by his own hands. Now, a lot of other companies are owned by the investors, by the shareholders, and the shareholders, they love seeing profits, but they want those profits to be realized. So they're not going to be in it for the hodling of Bitcoin. They're in it purely for the money. They're only in it to make more money. They want their company to own Bitcoin so it goes up, then they're going to sell at the right price. And whether that is later in the summer or whether that's right before the end of this year, a lot of people are predicting that yes, we could hit a $150,000 Bitcoin, a $200,000, a $300,000 Bitcoin even. I think now it is probable that we will hit $100,000, as $60,000 is just around the corner and it's approaching steadfast. It's $58,000. Bitcoin has beat its all-time high. It seems like every single day it's breaking new records. Ethereum broke past $2,000. Its new all-time high is just a little past 2017. Bitcoin broke its $1 trillion market cap 2 days ago. This is huge news, and we're approaching $2 trillion in terms of market cap. We are 7/8 of the way there right now. We hit a $1.75 trillion market cap just a few hours ago, really. Binance coin is now number 3. It beat Tether, it beat a whole lot of other cryptocurrencies. It went all the way up to $343. And speaking of which, if you're interested in Binance, I've got a whole bunch of Binance videos on my new channel. Links are in the description below. If you haven't subscribed yet, do that. So let's discuss about the bear market and what I'm specifically going to do, what I'm going to recommend to some of you guys out there, and the rest is up to you. Do whatever you want. Hopefully make a lot of money this time around. If you lost some money last time, or if you missed the bull run last time, or maybe you're new to this, maybe you have never heard of Bitcoin up until yesterday, and that's all right. There's definitely a lot of people coming on board to Bitcoin and a lot of people just discovering altcoins and DeFi, and they're very confused by all of this, judging by some of the comments that I've seen on some YouTube channels and even on my own. People want guides, people want that information. So these are my own opinions. I'm not a financial advisor. I may have no idea what I'm doing, but so does the next guy in line, and so does the Motley Fool advisors, and so do the Wall Street guys. Because with Bitcoin, thousands and thousands of professional investors have been wrong time and time again. There are people who are too bearish. There are people who are too bullish. And for me, I've been over bearish and I've been over bullish many times since I've heard about Bitcoin, which was back in 2013. And that's when I started getting interested in it, and Dogecoin, and just a lot of crap coins, really. So what's my experience? Well, I made over $100,000 in cryptocurrency in 2017, and then I lost all of it. So this time around, we are approaching $10,000, slow and steady. I realized that maybe at the very beginning I was a little bit too bearish, so now we're kind of in the middle. It's good to be bullish, also be prepared, because realize some of the amounts that we're making in cryptocurrency, these are life-changing amounts. Most people never make this amount of money. There was a report that discussed about the top 1% in cryptocurrency and the top 1% of the world. And people are talking about, oh yeah, I own 1 Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoins, 10 Bitcoins. Then they don't realize that all you need to do is own a 0.2 BTC and you're already richer than 90% of the world. It's a shame I didn't keep the 1 Bitcoin that I earned last year. That was worth around $10,000, $11,000. Now it would be $60,000, but now I'm hodling, and pretty soon it's going to double in its value since I started hodling again. And that's because I was able to. I was able to pay my bills and still be able to not touch the Bitcoin that I received. Whereas last year, that was a different situation. And there might be people in the crowd right now who are taking out loans. Don't do that. Everyone's saying, don't do that. Don't invest with money you can't afford to lose. Because it doesn't matter if everyone around you is making a lot of money. Sometimes it may be a little bit too late for you. And in cryptocurrency, a lot of people have thought over the years that Bitcoins go to zero. That would mean over $1 trillion would have to just be erased. Now, we've seen with crypto what it can do, that it'll go higher than you could expect, and it'll also go lower than you could expect. And it shocked a lot of people who lost a lot of money in ICOs in 2017. And there's going to be a lot of money lost in DeFi. There already has been for the people who haven't been paying attention, whether that's due to hackings, whether that's due to people losing their passwords, whether that's due to failed projects that their code is just broken and millions of dollars gets lost in the ether space. Great. It's always good to have a watchful eye. So if you made a lot of money, cash a little bit out. Don't get too greedy. Pigs get fat, the hogs get slaughtered. The cryptocurrency environment is constantly changing, and always have a backup plan. If you're really interested in cryptocurrency, try and plan out a job in this sector like I am. I'm going back to school, want to learn programming, so in the future I'm able to develop my own cryptocurrency projects or help out other cryptocurrency companies in a different manner than I have been over the past few years. I don't really like marketing anymore. I don't want to be a marketer. It sucks. I don't really believe in marketing a project that you don't really feel passionate about. And that's half of what marketing is about. It's all BS. I want to learn the technical aspects of it. So maybe you want to become a programmer while you're investing in cryptocurrency. No one's going to stop you from investing in cryptocurrency. A lot of people are trying to become a day trader or trading on margin or try to time the market. DCA, dollar cost averaging, is going to be your best bet. That means just investing a steady amount, whatever you're able to every month, $500, $1,000, even $100 into Bitcoin. Sure, you're going to sometimes buy at the very all-time high, and sometimes you're going to buy what is super duper low. But you don't care. You're not checking the price that often because you're focused on trying to work in cryptocurrency the next few years. Maybe you don't really want to work in cryptocurrencies, and that's perfectly fine. Maybe this is just a hobby for you. But if you really care, spend more time researching certain projects, because there's hundreds of projects I guarantee you've never heard about, and there's more coming out every single day. Bitcoin's not going anywhere. It's going to remain number one for quite a while. Maybe it's not always going to be number one, but by then it's already going to, it might be at $1 million or it might be at $500,000. Who knows? Who cares? We do know that because of inflation, you're going to lose money if you're holding dollars. Bitcoin, well, there's going to be 20 million out of 21 million Bitcoins ever produced by 2030. Bitcoin usually goes up every 4 years because of the Bitcoin halving. When the miners' rewards are cut in half, the difficulty rises. There's less miners for a time being. Then people realize, oh, it's becoming rare. I want Bitcoin. I want to hold on to Bitcoin. People get really bullish. And then usually something external happens in the world. Maybe a world virus, for example, crashing the stock markets and people fleeing from fiat currency to cryptocurrency. So we don't know what's going to happen by 2024, 2028, 2030, 2032. But what we do know is probably based off of the past history and based off of the value of cryptocurrency as a whole now, and especially since institutional investors are getting on board, governments around the world are recognizing cryptocurrency, most likely it's going to continue rising in value. So while investing, it's always good to get a job or head towards a career, whatever you're involved in, that you could connect with cryptocurrency. The two main things you can do are trading and programming. There's a whole bunch of other stuff around it. So whether Bitcoin crashes in a few months, in a few weeks, by the end of the year, by the very beginning of next year, have some limits for yourself. If you reached a certain amount, or if you're very close to that amount, or you see it suddenly dropping down by tens of thousands of dollars, not just thousands of dollars, but a lot. The whole market sentiment is going around. Whatever your emotional triggers are, whatever indicator you're looking at, oh, Bitcoin's going parabolic, and then it suddenly breaks the pattern, whatever it is, set those limits early, believe in those limits, don't get too greedy, get out when the time is right, but also always keep a certain amount of Bitcoin. Do that, do dollar cost averaging. But why should you take out money at all? Some people want to keep all of their money in Bitcoin because you still have to pay for bills, you still have to be prepared, and it's great for your mind if you have everything paid for the next year, 2, 5 years even. What are some things outside of cryptocurrency that you can invest in? Roth IRA, index funds, start a Roth IRA. Or if you're working at a company that offers a good 401k plan, also do that with a Roth IRA. Look at the saving on taxes with tax benefits and legal loopholes. Invest in low-risk assets like index funds. Follow what Warren Buffett thinks, except what he thinks about cryptocurrency, because he's wrong on that. But that's okay. I mean, he's a multi-billionaire that's built his entire life fortune on stocks. And the two don't always go together, so that's all right. Find some other hobbies that pay you well. For example, example, I've recently been very interested in reselling, and that's definitely what I'm going to be doing during the bear market. Not only am I going to be purchasing a lot of Bitcoin, dollar cost averaging, but also when the price of Bitcoin goes lower and whatever other cryptocurrencies I research in, usually cryptocurrencies, the hype is unreal during bullish runs, and when the bear market comes around, there's less projects that come. Those that do, those that are worth millions of dollars straight off the ground running, they have VC, they have some investment capital to work with. They don't care about the price of Bitcoin. They're okay waiting a year, 2, 3 years for them to really get moving. And by the time the next bull run comes, you're going to be rich. But you have to do your research. You have to take some risks. If you're not scared to make that investment in a bear market, you're not going to be seeing 100x returns as all these YouTubers are promising you. Sure, you're able to probably find one of those golden egg opportunities every month right now, but there's hundreds or even thousands of options to choose from. So when everyone's running away from the markets, you have to be prepared. If you don't have a job right now, get a job so you can start investing. If you're a teenager, it's the perfect time to start learning about this and going to work. I used to resell stuff on like eBay and Amazon, and I'm getting back into it now that I'm moving back to the US. In Poland, there's not many opportunities, but for example, Amazon.pl is coming. So that's going to be absolutely fantastic. You have a new market to sell stuff. I recently found limited edition stuff that you can even get from Walmart or Target. I'm not going to reveal because obviously I don't want to have any competition, but you can look into anything from cards to video games to whatever is interesting to you, even cereal boxes, celebrity toys, whatever it is. There's always 1 or 2 items in your local stores, or you can find something online that you can flip for a hefty profit. You love talking about doubling your money in Bitcoin, but there's plenty of opportunities to double, triple, or even do a legal 10x very quickly if you find the right item to resell. And some people are going to say, I don't care about making a few $100, but there's plenty of people who are making over $100,000, and you don't have to be reselling sneakers with bots and proxies and dedicated servers. There's a whole lot of stuff that if you just do your research, you might not realize the hidden treasures and gems. I got back into it because a family friend was finding like fishing gear, right? I started doing the research into this and I realized, holy moly, this is an easy way to double your money if you know what you're doing. It's a small niche, but there's all of this stuff. It could be seasonal. You could be buying skis and swimming pools months away from the target when they're on sale, or Christmas items after Christmas waiting for next year. If you're interested in cryptocurrency, even stuff like GPUs where gamers or cryptocurrency miners use, I'm not going to reveal which ones recently had really good profits, but there were some that you probably might have used or have that either went on sale, they got restocked, certain limited editions came out, and some of these were flipping for double or triple what they were worth. With swimming pools and skis and all these large ticket items, you also have to think about logistics. Where can I hold this stuff? How many do I have to purchase? What about the shipping costs? But if you get something really small, you don't really have to care about that. But like I said, it's a hobby. You don't really have to care about the amount of money, but whatever extra money you make, don't spend it, invest it. So every single dollar that you're making, whether it's easy or difficult, you have to go to a job, work the 9 to 5, go back home, work an additional few hours, research into what you're investing. All of this will make sense when you're looking not only 1 year down the line, but 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line. How can I retire either early or in a financial position by the time I'm 65 that I won't care about anything, whether it's a high cost of living area, low cost of living area? Go through all those plans, figure out what you want to do. There's so many ways to get rich with cryptocurrency, but here's what the gurus don't tell you. It won't be easy, and it's not an overnight thing. The people who made 100x returns overnight, seemingly, sometimes they don't show you that they spent a whole year researching a particular company or a particular cryptocurrency. They had so many days where they thought they would sell, so many opportunities to sell, but no, they hodled through it. So many stressful days. They were ripping their hair out. Everyone around them was telling them they're a fool, and then they made money. Whatever you do, you have to be confident about this stuff, but don't get too silly. The institutional investors will have to sell their Bitcoin, and they're probably going to come back. They're probably going to be buy back at lower prices, so you have to follow them too. It's all cyclical. Right now we're in a bull market, that is going to be a bear market, that it's going to be another bull market. Do everything you can. If you miss this opportunity, dollar cost averaging is your friend, and when it goes really low, put as much money as you can and can safely put in without worrying about it, without having to take it out for an emergency. Why? Because you already have that emergency fund. You already don't care about that. Don't have it? Find a different job. Find something that pays better. Get better skills. Find hobbies that pay very well, whether it's teaching people about cryptocurrencies or Amazon FBA or reselling Yeezys or even driving Uber, whatever. Be prepared for the next bear market. Be reasonable. Don't get caught in the hype. I'm happy that Bitcoin's about to hit $60,000. Hopefully it hits 100,000 or 150,000, but I'm set on selling before or around when the institutional investors want to sell. So whatever they're predicting, I'm going below that. I believe in Bitcoin in the long run, and that's why I want to work in this industry for the next 10 years. That's why I'm going to be investing every single month that I can. But if I made a lot of money, I'm going to take it out. I was too greedy, and that's how I lost a whole bunch. And there's a lot of people who want to take it the even easier route and try margin trading without having zero experience at all. That's a even faster way to lose all your money. 100x margin trading. Perfect. Yeah, don't get too greedy, guys. If you want, I'm going to be doing a video on reselling items. I'm not able to reveal the certain stuff that I'm going to be reselling this summer, but I will be going through my eBay earnings. I will be going through all that stuff on my personal channel. So thanks for watching this video. It was an opinion piece. Check that channel out. Leave your comments down below. Kubera's been doing fantastic since we're posting twice per week now. We're going to be doing a $300 giveaway with the help of a sponsored video on this channel pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And if you enjoyed today's video, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, comment, and share your opinion below. The views have been rising, so I think what we did was actually a really good decision. Usually we would get 200, 300 views. Now we're getting 400, some videos even 500. So that's fantastic. Obviously it makes sense because if you post less, but still on a consistent weekly basis, followers are going to be more interested in that. We're going to be doing altcoin content soon. I've been posting a lot of Binance stuff on my other channel. I'm getting just as excited as you are about Bitcoin rising. But I'm also realistic about this. Many people can't, and they're not in the same position as these hedge funds, so they won't be able to afford waiting out years for Bitcoin or for a particular project to return to its value. And even those guys aren't going to be waiting years, most of them. You can sell to return while you're still interested. And even if you stop holding for a little bit, but you plan on returning and you're still researching on a consistent basis, you're going to be just fine. So that's that video. Have a great one, guys. Bye.